explain that. Thank you. Well, we're getting ready for our special guest. Let me see if I can find him. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there he is. And if I can get you to unmute,
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can both hear you and see you.
Can you feel me?
I cannot feel you.
Oh, thank God.
No, but I can imagine what it's like to feel you.
Whoa.
Well, I would say that it's both firm and juicy, but that's me. I don't know.
Listen, I'm 2000. I'm blushing here.
So, we're very honored to have the 2,000-year-old man with us today to talk about Bastille Day. He's recently been studied at the Mayo Clinic and verified, once again, that he is, in fact, 2,000 years old.
Good. Actually, a week from Friday, we celebrate the actual day. But between sundials and Timex watches, who actually knows? But listen, we rented a hall. You ever been to a bar mitzvah? Picture 100 times that. Listen, I'm not 12 anymore. Hope you all can make it.
Sir,
Nice to be here.
Before we get started, I just need to ask you, we're in the middle of a July heat wave. Why are you wearing a scarf?
I'm freezing. Global warming is a joke. It's global freezing that we need to worry about. I was putting on long johns at Woodstock in the 60s. Everybody else was taking it off. I was putting it on.
Well, sir, about Bastille Day, you were there, right?
Of course I was there. A free buffet? Are you kidding? Getting there was hard. They dropped us off at the beaches of Normandy, 20 yards out. And there was no harbor. There was no gunfire. There was no grenades. That was fine. But what they did have is they had these giant blue crabs. And it was like, ouch, ouch, ouch. I felt like I was dancing. Ouch. If you made it to the shore and you kept your big toe and your little pinky, trust me, you were grateful.
Well, I am so glad you survived, sir. Yeah, but tell me about the Bastille Castle prison thing.
Well, you had the Marquis de Sade. He was in there, kinky and a little nuts. He tried to get me into a threesome with Joan of Arc once. It just wasn't my thing. She never put the sword down. Oh, my God. Anyway, and Voltaire. Voltaire was in there. This guy was a genius. He was like, he was enlightened, but he was a light bulb without an off switch. Finally, I had to say to the man, I'm like, young man, you're 50. I'm 1,500. Don't you think I've had a life? Don't you think I have something to say? Could I get a word in edgewise? He was insulted. He was a Scorpio on the cusp of Sagittarius.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. We never spoke again. You also had the man in the Iron Mask. You had the man in the Iron Mask. Some thought he was the king, but they were twins. Who could tell? So you had Voltaire, the Marquis, maybe the king. Everybody else in there was in there for jaywalking. No wonder there was a revolution.
Wow. Jaywalking. Well, sir, that was your entire perception of the events of that day. What caused Bastille Day?
Well, If you want to know the truth, it was about French fries. Keep the skin on or take the skin off. We had the same debate in America in like the mid 20th century. That was about circumcision. It was really the same deal. So talk about like the right to choose. Give me, I'll take my half inch. Round it off to an inch. I want every inch that God gave me. But going back to Bastille Day, my cousin Irving, who was the potato peeler, he made a great living selling potato skins out the back door. Some had sour cream, herring, chives, cheese, bacon. The bacon didn't go over so good in certain circles, but whatever. But somebody said, try this. And somebody said, try that. And pretty soon there was like a feeling of love in the air, and people were hugging each other and they were wiping their hands on the backs of their friends. That's how hugging started. And the only person that knew was the cleaners. And they washed everything in the river, which was the start of pollution after the revolution. And listen, look, I'm 2000, but I got a D in history most of the time. I had to make notes. I'm a little lost here. Give me a second. Yeah, we talked about him and that. And
well, I know you must have a lot of notes over the centuries. I bet you have a lot of names in your head. Do you have a lot of names in your head about?
Oh, yeah. So listen, a century later, there are a lot of names in my head. Somebody created the Statue of Liberty. This thing was like 200 feet tall. And a kid came by and asked, and he said, didn't you get the memo? And the mayor or his cousin said, okay, let it go, ship it out, but that's the last time.
Well, thank you, sir, for your insightful recollections of this historic Bastille Day. Do you have any final wise parting words for us from your 2,000 years?
Yes. It's important to remember it's not about the color of the skin, but how much skin you keep. Also, eat lots of fruit. A bad nectarine is as good as anything you've ever tasted. Keep the skin on. Unless it's a banana. You can peel a banana, but don't like put it on the floor because somebody could slip and get hurt. Listen, I hope to see you at my celebration, all of you. You're nice people. Please bring your great grandmother with you. I love younger women. And may you all of you, live to be 1,000 years old. Truthfully, that would have been enough for me. I would have been happy we could have ended that there. So anyway, thank you again. Yeah, I like you, and have a nice day.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause for the 2,000-year-old man.
Bravo! Bravo!
Bastille Day. I don't even know how to follow that act. But unless we have a fully conversational bilingual 1-year-old. But we have even better.
How do I get out of here?
Don't worry, I'll take care of that, mister.
Thank you. I love you. You're nice. You're nice. Thank you. Hey, I got a 17.
No, I muted him.
Oh no!
I muted you by accident, my 2,000-year-old friend. Please unmute. You have
Getting
someone.
back.
Well, it was an accident. I felt threatened as a man. I needed to invoke the little power that I had in a menial and petty way. That's who I am, really. Well, I see he's moved on. He's got a lot of things to do. Ladies and gentlemen, please, one more round of applause for the 2,000-year-old man.
Wonderful, Steve.
Yes, he will be
Wonderful
back.
trip.
He will be back next year for our Mel-a-thon.
Oh, he'll be 2001-year-old.
He will be 2001.
Old people are technologically challenged, though. Let's hope he can figure it out.
There you are, my friend. So let's stop recording the